My name is Demi Adenle. If this is your first time being here, I'm a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a businesswoman. I own a hair salon in Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm also a content creator. This is a new journey I am starting. Like every first experience, it's not going to be perfect, but as we go on the journey, I'm definitely going to make it better. Demanding job, and I hope to do my best in it. And for me to do my best in it, I need you to subscribe, to like, to share, and always leave a comment behind. I believe that by this time this video would be on, or you'd be seeing it, it'll definitely be my birthday already. And this time last year, I promised myself that I was going to take a leap of faith on myself. I was going to give myself the chance to leave and damn the consequences of what people thought about me, or what I cared that people thought about me. I had one of the best birthdays ever, like in all of my adulthood, aside my 10th year birthday, because I chose to celebrate myself and not outsource it to other people. So what I really wanted was what I did, and it was a really good journey. But little did I know that that birthday was going to be a catalyst to other things that was going to happen in my life. Because after that birthday, let's be real here, like I wanted more. Like it showed me that if I put my mind to something, I could do it. Yes, I know I could do anything I wanted, but it was a huge realization on that. I moved out of home and I got a place. I furnished it. I'd never done that in my life. I never had to be a decision maker when it came to where I lived or how my room seemed like or anything except for my business. Then doing that was a whole journey. And in the process of doing that, I got scammed of 500,000 naira. That was wild. So I was trying to order um, home things online, and apparently it was like a bot page that somebody had cloned another Instagram page. That was a learning curve. So my trust issues on ordering online kind of like, that happened. And gradually, I brought my mom to the house like a month after I'd put it together. That was so funny because she was in shock. And from there, the adulting began. I've been adulting, but it was so different. So I had to figure out the lights, the water, paying of bills on time, like things that usually were not my business. But I gradually got the hang of it. But at first, it wasn't fun because um, neighbors not paying their lights on time and not having light because somebody else didn't do that. That was just so strange. Um, I then decided to take a leap of faith, signed up for Lagos Business School because I just felt I needed more, and it felt like I needed a fresh experience because I was getting tired of business, and I was at that crossroad again of, did I want to shut down? Not because business wasn't doing good, but I was just tired of working, and the plus and minus were not adding up. I wasn't making as much as the work I was putting in. So I was like, okay, you know what? I've experienced running business for a long time. Maybe it is from a place of scarcity that I am not charging right, or maybe there are things that I don't know that I clearly started business at such a early age, and I never had any office experience. So I was like, you know what? So yeah, let's go to school. Let's go to school because maybe this will change my perspective on things. And you guys, it was a leap of faith. I cannot forget that night when I decided to go on their page, filled the form, and randomly I went on my knees that night and I was like, God, if they accept me, that means it is you. But if they do not accept my admission, then it is not you. And I'd forgotten about it. 3 months later, I get an email and I got the admission for it. Honestly, that was one of the best decisions I made. It's opened my mind to more ideas and experiences that I never thought about. It gave me a new set of family that I'm still amazed about, and I have so many mentors that they inspire me, and the difference it has made in my business is so amazing because the loopholes, the things that I was leaving on the table, the my decision makings are more from a business owner's perspective, not from someone who is on survival or from someone who is sentimental. That happened in chapter 33. Um, my car finally gave up. So I'd been driving this particular car for the last 8 years, and it was more of sentiment and delayed gratification. That's why I didn't change the car, and I'd, like, we'll keep it going. So in my head, I still wanted to drive it this year, and then 2027, I'll probably finally change it. But it gave up on me so bad that I couldn't go out, or it would die on the road, or it became an embarrassing situation that I became jittery anytime I got into my car, or I would cry. Like, it was just a lot. And then I felt like I was going through so much. At the same time, I made a big investment in business. Things didn't go as planned. That season where you think, oh, this thing is what's in, let me order it, and by the time it arrived, that was not what was in anymore. The demand for it wasn't there. So I had a huge chunk of money tied down that I was just like, God, why is all this happening to me all at once? And I remember one day I can't remember where I was going to, and my car died again. I cried. I cried because I'm like, I know I'm putting in the best work. I know that everything a responsible adult should do, I'm doing it, but the frustration was so much. Like, it was like I was being choked and there was no breathing space for me. And I'm like, how do I come from having such an amazing first half of the year, turning a big age, things were looking up, and then everything just was like choking, choking, choking. And I'm not like, at one point I was like, God, what's going on? Because like, it's like I made decisions that look like I'd never made this type of decisions. These are decisions I make on a normal day, and we keep it moving. But for the first time, this decision didn't go as planned, and everything was just tough. I couldn't explain, like, it was such a hard season. Like, it was so hard. I could barely sleep. I would go to bed, and by 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I was up because I was worried. And in the midst of it, I was in school. I wasn't as actively in store. While I'm even speaking about chapter 33, I really want to shout out to my team at work because they held down the tough. It was school, home, I'll briefly go into the store, and that was it. And it was it was intense. I'm glad to be able to look back now and be like, whew, I'm gradually out of that phase. That happened, and then the glow up season has been also amazing because in the midst of all these things is I realized that I'm a soft girl. I'm such a baby girl, and I don't know how to manage. I don't know how to suffer. It was such a huge realization because I was away from home. I made the decision. There's love at home. I could go home, but I didn't want to go home because I'm not in my big girl house, and I have to deal with what comes with it, making decisions, dealing with no light. So there was a day for like 4 days, I had to sleep with no light because my inverter's battery had died. I didn't have solar then, and I didn't buy a generator because I'm like, oh, there'll always be light. The inverter will be charged, but it was really bad. I could have gone home and commuted from the mainland, but I'm like, no, if I'd done that, that meant I was running away from a challenge. And that season made me realize that if I'd probably been in a man's house, I'd have said he was a mean person. He had frustrated my life. It was all of those things. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not with somebody and I'm dealing with this on my own, because it shows that there are times we've been so shielded that we don't know what reality is. And that was what was happening for me, because my reality of what I was coming from was there's always light at home. If the inverter is bad, there's a generator. I don't know how it is, but shout out to my mom. Life was always comfortable. I didn't have to figure out food, that part. So having to deal with making my own food was stressful for me, because I like to cook, but the crazy thing about after I had bulk cooked, I'd be tired for days. Like, it was not like I was feeling useless. Then the entire meal I'll make and put in my fridge would get spoiled because the lights were fluctuating. And when I was making one of the decisions of appliances to buy, I bought a fridge with a smaller freezer in my head. Like, that made a lot of sense, because the fridge part of it, I would always be able to access my food because I want to warm it and all. That happened for a while, and I was just like, I'm tired. I can't do this. I can't do this. Like, this is enough for me. And then I went back to buying food. At the time I was craving home food, I started bulk buying food and putting it in freezer. But it was so frustrating because it was almost like when I bought food was when the lights would go off. So that happened. Like, being that big girl, chapter 3 really, it was a learning curve for me of my tenacity out of being a business owner to how I could handle myself, center myself, and be able to do being an adult away from home, that I am in my own home. And even though I had moved out of the house, it still felt like I was a stranger. But gradually, in the last couple of months, it started to feel like my space. I had more free will of, oh no, that can be there. No, I want it like this. Gradually. And it's been an amazing experience, because it's shown me that there's so much that can happen in one year. The I, the ups and the downs, and that the ability to reintroduce yourself to yourself is very important. Then I realized that I had a money problem, personally and business wise. Personally, in the sense that my money was always tied to my business, so I was a broke girly. And I was still a popping girly because I could just dip my hands into the business finances, take out a huge chunk, and make a purchase. But when I made a purchase, I would now be feeling guilty that I squandered the business money because there was no side by side. And it was really more eye opening also because I was trying to apply for visas, and I didn't get it, particularly because of my account statement. So that has been a huge realization that I need to work on that. Has it been easy to do? No, because um, the economy keeps changing, the spending power of people keep changing. Things are A lot is happening at the same time of putting structure in place. But it's like more at the back of my mind now. And the days when I'm able to pay myself from the business and I make a big girl purchase, I don't feel guilty because it's my money. So now it's like I'm literally dragging with the stuff. I need to ensure I get my salary. So that's been amazing. My journey with God in chapter 33 has been a thing of I'm coming to Him with all that I am. So I am not hiding one part of me and then showing Him one part of who I am. I'm coming with everything my baggage is, and I want Him to accept me and then gradually remold me. Now, I get when the girlies speak about 30s and the hormone. My goodness. My goodness, it's been it's been one of those things that you're just like, put yourself together, we can do this. We can do this, but it's more intense. And relationship wise, it's weird. So for me, it's like when I go out, I'm having a good time. I love a good time, but it feels weird when um a guy or a man is trying to speak to me. Like if our eyes catch each other, the way I'm taking my eyes off is because please, I don't want drama of all I've read on social media because you might be somebody's boyfriend or you might be somebody's husband. So let our eyes not even look at each other for a second more. Then it's different because I've been in the women field for the longest of time. Like I interact with a lot of women more. So now being out more, being social, and I don't I don't know the rules of the game per se. That it's weird, and I'm more open to being introduced than running into someone on my own in a way, or let's say 50-50 of that, because I know being introduced already is like okay, you kind of have like a little tread on your tail that we can like kind of trace who you are type of thing. But that is on its own journey. But I honestly am more about cha-ching my back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm open to it if it does happen. I was supposed to also do go for like the whole fertility thing, but I ended up not doing it because shout out to me procrastinating, and I never did. I just want to do the whole test of it and just confirm that everything is good. But my money is not yet complete to be talking about getting my eggs frozen yet. But I just wanted to do it, and hopefully in chapter 34 we finally do it. But 33 has really been good to me. It stretched me and also made me who I am. And 33 is what is making me show up right now here speaking to you guys. And I hope in a year's time I'm able to be bigger, better, and I've grown a community of relatable people who love me. And if they hate me, okay, you know, someone always needs a friend in me, one way or the other. So yeah, and I do honestly hope that 34 is gonna be amazing. And I'm redoing this introduction and also speaking about 33 because I want you to get to know me. I'm such a bubbly person, but at the same time, when I'm outside, I'm also thinking about like, why am I here? But I'm also getting to be out there. So that, but in all, I'm so happy and thankful because I genuinely was scared of, I don't know, but it's been 1 year and it's been amazing. Like, honestly, what a difference a year could make, I can't complain. I honestly cannot complain. And I would wrap this up with saying to that young person out there, please don't give up. Please don't give up. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And I heard someone say, your 30s and your 20s, well, you will have to have worked so hard, not socialized, eyes on the prize. You get to relive it in your 30s, and I honestly do agree. Years ago, when I wanted to be a YouTuber, I couldn't have done it and also done work then because I'm one of those people that when I'm focused on one, I'm focused on one. And I didn't have my own space. It was in my store, so there was not a convenient place to do all of these things. But now I'm able to. So life is in stages, and I want you to know that there's so many possibilities that all you have to do is dream big, like really big, more than even what your present situation is speaking about. And even to myself, I'm hoping in a year's time, I'm going to be able to share the experiences of the things that I'm presently dealing with. That I don't look at it as anything, but I'm just looking at it's all gonna be fine and it's all going to be better. So, signing out, Dani.